Warning, this is my opinion, this is not my game, and this is not my footage. All the people who are in the footage have a link in the description. Enjoy. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the loved sequel to the actually beloved FNAF 1. Though I have to admit, I do like the second game a lot more than the first for many reasons. Number 1, gameplay. There are a lot more characters in the second game than the first, which ups the difficulty substantially. Which is fun, but I'll talk about the difficulty later. Anyway, this game adds a lot of brand new characters, like the Withered animatronics, the Toy animatronics, there's Balloon Boy, there's the Puppet, and there's Golden Freddy. When Withered Bonnie, Withered Freddy, and Withered Chica are right in front of you in the office, you'll have to put on the mask as fast as you can. Withered Foxy works differently, however. When he's in the hallway in front of you, you have to flash him a lot until he goes away. Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and the Mangle go into the vents, and if you see them right there, you have to put on the mask. Balloon Boy also just goes into the vents and takes your flashlight batteries when he gets in. Toy Freddy works just like Withered Bonnie, Withered Freddy, and Withered Chica. The Puppet has a wind-up box at the prize corner you'll need to wind up. Golden Freddy you need to put on the mask or pull up the cams. So overall, gameplay would probably be about 9 out of 10. While it is much tougher than the first game, which makes it more engaging of an experience, I think that just makes it a bit more frustrating to beat. Secondly, the fear factor. To be honest, if there was one thing FNAF 2 did worse than the first, is the horror. The game doesn't really have too many moments where I was actually freaked out besides the jump scares, which happened a lot more than FNAF 1, by the way, since this game is hard. Though one thing that was really creepy was the design of the Withered animatronics. It kinda wears off when you play the game more, but the first time you put on your lights at the parts and service camera, it really catches you off guard. Another thing that freaked me out was the shadow animatronics. I never saw them in game, but when I first saw them in a video, it terrified me. So overall, horror would be about 7 out of 10. The game honestly isn't too scary overall, but the few moments it does freak me out, I have to congratulate. Well, at least for the most part. Toy Freddy's jump scare is pretty funny. Thirdly, the minigames. FNAF 2 was really when theorists, like, say, the game theorists, started to notice the hidden story behind it all, with the secret minigames that can show up sometimes either when you win or die. One of the minigames is that what a lot of people have called Save Them, where you play as Withered Freddy and you're following the puppet walking around what seems to be the FNAF 2 building. You see dead kids that are everywhere in the building, with the letters SAVETHEM being said in the background. Once you reach a certain random place when following the puppet, the minigame will end. But sometimes you can find Golden Freddy too. When you touch him, the minigame ends. Also, you can find Purple Guy, the supposed killer that killed the kids running at you. And when he gets you, the words, "You can't" appear. The next game is Give Gifts, Give Life, where you play as the puppet after some sort of massacre has happened. You see 4 dead kids around you and you try to give them gifts. But it doesn't work, so you give the kids life by putting them in a Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy suit. But one frame before the minigame ends, you see a 5th dead kid in the middle, who supposedly is the dead kid who possesses Golden Freddy. The third minigame is called Take Cake to the Children, where you're Freddy and you have to take cake to the kids who are getting aggravated. Though you see a crying kid outside the building, you start to slow down as you see a purple car drive behind the kid and kills them. And that their spirit supposedly ends up possessing the puppet. The final minigame is called Foxy Go Go Go. You play as Foxy in what seems to be the FNAF 1 location. You start in Pirate's Cove and go to the right to greet 5 kids, and you do that 3 times and the minigame ends. But what's special about the 3rd time you greet the kids, they're not happy and joyful, they're dead. Then the minigame ends. So overall, I would give the minigames a 10 out of 10. It was the first time a minigame ever appeared in a FNAF game. And it was really helpful to further the lore of the games. And it made you dying a little less painful. Or winning more exciting, who knows. But what I do know is that these minigames are pretty cool. But they're not the only type of minigames in this game. Fourthly, the cutscenes. Before every night in FNAF 2, you're treated to some sort of cutscene, where you play as Freddy in what seems to be the FNAF 1 location. There isn't too much to talk about besides that there is one where the puppet shows up in your face, and that Bonnie and Chica, who are right next to you, slowly get closer to facing you after each night. And there's also one where Golden Freddy shows up in your face, but again, we don't really know much about these cutscenes, and they aren't too fascinating, but they're still interesting to talk about. So, cutscenes, I'd give an 8 out of 10. Finally, my overall thoughts. I like FNAF 2 much more than FNAF 1. The second game just has so much more, you know? More characters, more cameras, more story, and just better overall. I would give the game a 10 out of 10, but instead I'd give it a 9 out of 10 because the difficulty, man, that's the only thing I don't like about this game, really. The difficulty just spikes around nights 3 and 4, and I think only like 8 people have made it past the 10-20 mode. Oh, also I forgot to talk about the custom night. In custom night, you have all the animatronics, and you can customize how aggressive they will be in the night from 0 to 20. And since there are 10 characters, minus the puppet and the shadow animatronics, it's what's called 10-20 mode. There's also a custom night in FNAF 1, but I forgot to talk about that because I'm the dumbest person on the planet. Anyway, I think this game is amazing, and after you play FNAF 1, you should definitely play this game. Or just skip FNAF 1 and go to 2 if you're like that.